Sometimes the things that break your heart end up fixing your vision.
Mm.
Pain leading to clarity.
It's that unexpected up.
Come on in, let's talk about it. Come on in, let's talk about it. Make it make sense.
You know, it's always great digging into the thoughts you listeners send over. And this latest bunch, wow. Lots of short, sharp bits of wisdom on life, mindset, relationships.
Yeah, really potent stuff.
So our goal here, like always on the deep dive, is to kind of unpack these, see what they mean, and, how they might click for you.
Exactly. It's a real mix, touching on, well, our inner world and how we deal with everything out there.
It feels like a mini guidebook sometimes.
That's a good way to put it.
Okay, let's jump in. First one. Focus on you. People come and go. If you don't control your mind, someone else will. That hits hard right off the bat.
It really does. The focus on you part feels almost essential today, doesn't it?
Yeah, with all the noise out there.
Right. Constant demands on our attention. If you don't consciously choose where your energy goes, you just get pulled everywhere, lose sight of yourself.
Like, be the pilot, not just drifting along.
Precisely. And that second bit, if you don't control your mind, someone else will. That's a stark reminder about mental autonomy.
Meaning, if we're not actively shaping our thoughts, something else will. Social media, news, whatever.
Exactly. The sheer volume. It's overwhelming. Without that internal filter, that sort of self-awareness of your own thought patterns, you just react. You don't choose your perspective.
Okay, here's another one that makes you pause. Sometimes the things that break your heart end up fixing your vision. Pain leading to clarity.
It's that unexpected upside of adversity, isn't it? Heartbreak, failure, loss. It forces a confrontation with reality.
Strips away illusions, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Reveals truths you might have ignored. Think about someone losing a job they thought defined them,
Right.
only to find something way more fulfilling. It's that unexpected growth hidden in the breakdown.
Okay, then there's this one. Loneliness is the price you pay when you start to improve yourself.
Yeah, that sounds, well, a bit bleak, maybe.
It can sound that way, but I think it's more about the changes that come with growth. You
yeah.
evolve, right?
Okay.
And your interests, your values, they might shift away from people you were close to. It can create this temporary solitude.
Yeah.
So not necessarily chronic loneliness, but a side effect of focus.
Yeah, more like the space that opens up when you're really deep in personal development, like shedding an old skin. It feels a bit exposed for a while.
Got it. Okay. These two seem linked.
Yeah.
Be kind, but don't let people use you. And it is better to be hated for what you are than to be loved for something you are not. Boundaries and authenticity.
Absolutely crucial, both of them. The first one is that balancing act, empathy versus self-preservation.
Kindness is great, but not if it means being a doormat.
Right. Setting boundaries is self-respect. And the second one, well, that's core authenticity.
Pretending is exhausting.
Totally exhausting. And ultimately, it's hollow. Living as you are, even if some people don't get it or like it, leads to real connections.
This one's short, but
Yeah.
proud you survived the days you thought you couldn't. Just acknowledging that inner strength.
It's powerful, isn't it? Just that simple recognition. We all have those times that feel impossible. Looking back and seeing you got through them, that builds serious self-belief. Fuel for the next challenge, like your own personal highlight reel of resilience.
And building on that.
Mm.
If you can survive your own thoughts, you can survive anything. Wow. The power of the internal battle.
It really puts the focus inward, yeah.
Mm.
Often the biggest hurdles are the ones in our heads, right? Self-doubt, worry, that negative chatter.
The inner critic.
Exactly. If you learn to manage that, then external stuff, it just seems less daunting. It's about mental toughness, weathering the internal storms.
Okay, let's shift a bit. Relationships. We've got a dose of realism. Not everyone will like you, that's life.
Huh, yeah, simple truth.
And then some advice on sharing. Stop telling people everything those people don't care, and some secretly want you to fail. Ouch.
Well, the first one is just freeing, isn't it? Trying to please everyone is impossible, a total energy drain.
True.
The second one, it's about managing vulnerability, maybe. Discretion. Not everyone has your back.
So be selective with who gets the full story.
Yeah, sharing too much, too soon. It can open you up to negativity, or even people subtly undermining you. Discernment with trust.
This feels pretty blunt.
Okay.
Stay away from people who make you feel lonely. No company is better than a bad company. Quality over quantity in connections.
Exactly. You can be in a crowd and feel totally isolated.
Yeah, sure.
So this says, look, real connection matters. Being around people who drain you or bring you down, that's worse than being alone. Prioritize the good energy.
And then advice on choosing friends. Choose your friends wisely. The fastest way to become better is to surround yourself with better people.
The influence of our social circle is huge. We absorb stuff, habits, attitudes.
Like osmosis.
Kinda, yeah.
Mhm.
So choosing friends who genuinely inspire you, challenge you in a good way, support your growth, that can seriously speed things up for you.
And then there's be loyal or stay single. That's simple. Pretty clear stance on commitment.
Very direct. It frames loyalty as like the baseline requirement. If you're not ready for that level of commitment, maybe it's better not to commit. Simple as that, it says.
Here's a classic reminder. When someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. Trust observation.
Oh, yes. Pay attention to patterns, actions, not just words or that first charming impression.
Because people reveal themselves through what they do.
Consistently. Ignoring those early signs, that often leads to trouble down the road. Save yourself the heartache.
And this one can be complex. The family you create is more important than the family you come from. Chosen family versus blood ties.
Yeah, this speaks to agency, right? We don't choose our original family, and while they shape us hugely,
Of course.
the relationships we actively choose, friends, partners, mentors, that chosen family often align more closely with who we are now. They can provide maybe even stronger support.
It's not dismissing biology, but affirming intentional connection.
Exactly. The power of the bonds we build ourselves.
Okay, let's talk personal growth. Dealing with the past. Make peace with your past so it won't screw up the present.
Essential. Holding on to old hurts, regrets, it just keeps you stuck back there.
Like an anchor.
Totally. Making peace, forgiving, accepting, whatever it takes, it frees up so much energy for now.
And then this forward-looking one.
Yeah.
You can't go back and change the beginning, but you can start where you are and change the ending. Taking charge.
So empowering. You can't rewrite page 1, but you're holding the pen for the next chapter.
Every day is a chance to steer things differently.
Absolutely. Your choices now shape what happens next.
This one feels crucial, especially today. Don't compare your life to others. You have no idea what their journey is all about.
Oh, the comparison trap. It's brutal. Especially with social media showing all the shiny, curated bits.
The highlight reels? Yeah.
We rarely see the struggles, the messiness behind the scenes. This just says, focus on your path, your progress. Be content with your own journey. It's unique.
Then we have a couple hammering home responsibility. No one is going to figure out your life. It's your responsibility.
Yep. No cavalry coming.
Life is a one-time offer. Use it well. That adds urgency.
Both are calls to ownership, aren't they? The first says, look, you're the architect. Waiting for someone else, that's passive.
Disempowering, yeah.
And the second one just highlights the preciousness of it all. Be intentional. Make it count.
Here's a perspective shifter. Sometimes you win, sometimes you learn. Reframing failure.
That's the growth mindset right there. Failure isn't the end. It's data. It's a lesson.
An opportunity.
Always. Even when things go wrong, there's usually something valuable to take away. Extract the wisdom.
And this one. If nobody helps you do it alone, a call for self-reliance.
It speaks to inner strengths, resourcefulness. Support is great, obviously.
Yeah.
But this reminds us we can push forward even without it. Tap into your own capability.
All right, let's touch on finances. Take your financial life seriously. Money is a defense to a lot of challenges.
Very practical.
Yeah.
Financial literacy, managing money responsibly, it provides security options.
Reduces a lot of life's friction.
Definitely. And then there's this potentially controversial one. Life gets easier with money, not time.
What's the take there? Time is finite too.
Right. Time is irreplaceable.
Uh-huh.
But the point, I think, is that having enough money can solve problems that otherwise eat up your time and energy. It can buy you time, in a sense. Create more ease.
Okay, it alleviates certain stressors, freeing up time.
That seems to be the angle. Not that time isn't valuable, but acknowledging money's practical impact.
And speaking of time, be selfish with your time. A lot of people don't deserve it. Strong words.
But necessary, maybe? Time is our ultimate non-renewable resource.
True.
This says, guard it fiercely. Prioritize what and who truly matters. Don't let it get drained away on things or people that aren't worth it. Saying no is self-care.
And a related financial point. Don't go broke trying to impress broke people. Keeping it real with spending.
Yeah, very pragmatic. Don't live beyond your means just for show, especially if the audience you're trying to impress isn't exactly financially secure themselves.
Financial prudence. Live within your means. Seems sensible.
Common sense, really.
Okay, emotional intelligence. This pair feels powerful. What other people think of you is none of your business.
Liberating, isn't it?
And a related idea. Never take anything personally. What others say and do is a projection of their own reality.
These are huge for inner peace. People's opinions, they're filtered through their stuff, their experiences, biases, insecurities.
It's really about you, actually.
So often it isn't. Understanding that lets you detach from needing everyone's approval. Protects your self-worth.
Then, thoughts on being alone. Being alone gives us an opportunity to reconnect with ourselves.
Finding value in solitude.
Normalize walking some paths alone because goals are personal.
Both push back against the idea that being alone is bad. Solitude can be vital for self-reflection, figuring things out.
Deepening self-understanding.
Exactly. And pursuing your own unique goals sometimes means going it alone for a bit. And that's okay. There's strength in that independent pursuit.
Here's some practical stuff on judging character. Sometimes you need to stop seeing the good in people and start seeing what they show you.
Oof. Yeah. Seeing reality, not just potential.
And paired with, don't trust words, trust actions. Very grounded advice.
It comes back to observation, doesn't it? Actions consistently reveal character far more reliably than promises or intentions.
Don't let wishful thinking override the evidence.
Pretty much. Pay attention to what people do. Consistently.
Then some wisdom on negativity. Life is too short to waste time hating anyone.
Holding on to hate. It hurts you.
And this one's vivid. Hatred is a curse that does not affect the hated. It only poisons the hater. Release a grudge as if it was poisoned.
Wow. Yeah, it really paints a picture. Hatred, resentment, they corrode you from the inside. Letting go, forgiveness, that's liberation for yourself.
Carrying grudges is like carrying toxic baggage.
Exactly. Put it down.
We also have envy is a waste of time. You already have all you need. Counteracting comparison again.
Yeah, envy comes from feeling lack. This flips it. Focus on what you do have.
Yeah.
Gratitude for the abundance already there.
Tangible and intangible things.
Right. Contentment. Gratitude is the antidote to envy.
And a reframe for difficult times. Stress is temporary, but the lessons you learn from it can last a lifetime.
Finding the growth, even in the hard stuff. Stressful periods are tough, no doubt.
Definitely.
But they often forge resilience, teach us things we wouldn't learn otherwise. Stress is a tough but maybe valuable teacher.
Here's an encouraging one. Don't regret having a good heart. All good things come back and multiply. A positive outlook.
It's a belief in maybe karmic positivity, leading with kindness, generosity. It might feel vulnerable sometimes.
Sure.
But this suggests it creates positive ripples. Good intentions matter.
And wrapping up this section on perspective. Expect nothing, appreciate everything.
Powerful mantra.
Be grateful for the little things in your life. The practice of gratitude.
Both shift focus away from entitlement or lack towards appreciation for what is, even small things.
And we know gratitude boosts well-being.
Huge benefits, yeah. More joy, more resilience. Simple but profound.
Okay, moving towards action and resilience. Very direct.
Yeah.
If you don't ask, you don't get.
Simple but true. You got to put it out there. Take initiative.
He who is not courageous enough to take risks will accomplish nothing in life. Pushing boundaries.
Yeah, growth rarely happens in the comfort zone. Significant achievement usually involves some risk, some uncertainty. You have to be willing to step out.
Complacency doesn't lead to breakthroughs.
Rarely.
This one's about self-worth. If they don't appreciate you, they don't deserve you. Knowing your value.
Strong self-respect message. Don't chase validation from people who don't see your worth.
It's okay to walk away.
Necessary even, if you're consistently undervalued.
And a great reframe for setbacks.
Yeah.
Failure is a bruise, not a tattoo. Love that.
Me too. It's temporary. It heals. It's not a permanent brand.
Takes the sting out of it a bit.
Makes it less defining. It's just part of the process, not who you are.
And classic, the harder you work, the luckier you will get. Effort creates opportunity.
Yeah, it highlights the link between diligence, perseverance, and opportunities popping up. Luck might play a part. But hard work definitely increases your chances. You kind of make your own luck.
And on sticking with it, never give up on something you really want. It's difficult to wait, but it's more difficult to regret. Long-term perspective.
Keep going, even when it's tough or slow. That temporary struggle. It's usually better than looking back later and wishing you'd tried harder or hadn't quit.
The pain of regret lasts longer.
Often, yeah.
And finally here, stay strong even when things begin to fall apart. Resilience under pressure.
Just that core reminder of our capacity to endure, cultivating that inner strength for when things inevitably get rough.
Lastly, communication and honesty. If you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. The simplicity of integrity.
Ha. So true. Honesty just simplifies everything. Builds trust, less mental clutter trying to keep stories straight.
Transparency. And on boundaries again. Learn to say no without explaining yourself.
Crucial for protecting your energy. Your no is enough. No need for a whole essay justifying it.
Healthy boundaries are key.
Absolutely. Prevents burnout.
Then, handling feedback. Accept criticism, but never accept disrespect. Important distinction.
Very. Constructive feedback helps you grow. Disrespect. Never okay. Know the difference.
And this pragmatic take. Don't waste your time with explanations. People only hear what they want to hear.
Sometimes, yeah. People's filters, their biases, beliefs, they color everything. Trying to explain endlessly can be pointless if they're not truly open to hearing it.
Actions might be the better explanation then.
Often are.
And finally, discretion. Don't overshare. Privacy is power.
Keeping some things close.
And related. Never tell your friends your plans. Stop putting too much trust in them. Don't let anyone know what you're doing until it's done. A cautious stance.
These emphasize guarding your energy, your ideas, maybe your vulnerability.
Sharing too much too soon can invite negativity or even sabotage.
That seems to be the warning. Keeping things private until they're realized can be empowering. Less external noise or interference.
Wow, okay. That was
Yeah.
quite a journey through all those points you shared with us.
Yeah.
Incredible collection.
Really dense with insight.
And as we've unpacked them, some clear themes really jumped out, didn't they? Like self-awareness, resilience is huge, setting those boundaries.
Yeah, personal responsibility kept coming up. And just the power of mindset, how we frame things.
It's like they all weave together these ideas. They're not just isolated bits of advice.
No, they form a pretty coherent framework, actually, for dealing with your inner world thoughts, emotions, and your outer world relationships, challenges.
So for you listening, thinking about all these nuggets that you brought to the table today, which ones really landed for you? Which ones sparked something?
Yeah, and maybe more pointedly, how could you see yourself, applying one or two of these in your current situation, maybe, or looking ahead?
It's a great chance to reflect, right? See what resonates with your own life right now.
Definitely. Maybe even experiment a little, see how incorporating one feels.
Well, we really hope this deep dive into your collection has been useful. Maybe a shortcut to some valuable ideas or just something to chew on.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for sharing all this really thought-provoking stuff with us. It was great to explore.